Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
You don't think he'll be sticking around by the time the ice hockey program gets started? Actually takes the ice? Yeah.
Welcome to Coach Heupel's post-game press conference. Coach will make an opening statement, and then we'll go into questions. Just raise your hand, and I will call them. Coach.
Thanks to Vol Nation for showing up in a big way. I believe we set another Nissan Stadium record for attendance. I think that happened the last time that we were here too. Obviously, everybody here understands how important mid-state this area is. First of all, just our fan base, our alumni that are here, but also on the recruiting side of it. So great, unique opportunity to open it up the way we did this season here in Nashville. So ball game, end of the day, it's a really positive win. There's a lot of things to take away from it on the positive side. At the same time, there's a lot of ways that we can be a whole lot better as a program. Defensively, though, I thought the way that they started in the first half, 3-4 possessions for sure on the wrong side of the 50-yard line. They bow up immediately and hold them to a total of 3 points, I believe. I thought our front four did an unbelievable job of playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Thought we tackled well for an opener. And, did a really good job on third down. Secondary was rock solid early in the football game, and that carried over for a majority of the football game. Special teams, offensively, are some things that we needed to clean up that happened in the first and second quarter. I thought early in the third quarter played solid football and settled into a little bit more of a flow in both areas. But as typical, there's things that we got to clean up, coaching staff and players alike. At the same time, enjoy every single one of these wins and learn how to get better when we get back tomorrow to Knoxville. Open it up.
Questions? Ben, then David.
Josh, you called out scoring that opening possession at the same time going to a lull, I guess, and you mentioned the difference in second quarter and third quarter. What did you see that difference was?
Yeah, you guys can see a lot of it too. There's just some subtleties of execution. Catching the football on some big plays, being more accurate with the football, being a little bit cleaner in the pocket. It's not a major overhaul when things aren't going well, typically, on the offensive side of the ball. 11 guys got to operate as one. I felt like, just in general, like our skill kids in general were not like completely in the flow of the game. And whether it was the heat, new surface, game one, just weren't quite within ourselves. And as game went on, I felt like we operated better in that way.
Josh, on that first possession, 4th and 5, you go for it. How difficult of a decision was that, and how much does that kind of, show to your players the confidence you have in them?
Yeah, those are difficult situations. You're trying to, at the end of the day, put your football team in the best position to win. And where we were at on the field, opening drive, one, trusted our guys, and two, the field obviously was flipped, and they were in a tough situation if we didn't pick it up.
Austin and Vince.
James obviously had those 2 sacks in the first quarter, but it seemed like you got
Who was that? I'm sorry.
James Pierce.
Yeah.
You got those 2 sacks in the first quarter. Who else did you like? What you saw like some of the younger guys that were looking to take a step?
James played really well today early in the football game. David Hobbs did an unbelievable job in the interior. He's a young guy that his best football is way out in front of him, but just continues to get better. You can see his improvement really almost every single day on the practice field. I thought he competed extremely well. Josh Joseph did some really good things early in the football game too. So we got a plethora of some young guys that need to continue to grow, but guys are going to help us as the season goes on.
Josh, 4 touchdowns for Dylan Sampson. What can you say about his performance?
Yeah, that's a good way to start if you're a running back. All 3 of those guys played extremely well. Jalen Wright, I thought, ran as physical as he has. The things that we saw in training camp, I thought you saw today. Doing a great job of hitting holes, running through arm tackles, doing a good job on the third level too. Jabari Small did a fantastic job. D-Samp, gets the 4 touchdowns, super productive for him. I love what he's doing. The strength of that room can never be one guy. All those guys are going to be extremely important. You can see that, based in the number of touches all those guys got.
Adam, then Joe.
Josh, the defense was playing well at the end of last year. Do you feel like that's just player development? Defense just coming of age?
Well, first of all, we've got a great coordinator, and Tim does a great job of developing a plan every single week. We have enough in our package that we can be multiple in the way that we attack people on the other side of the line of scrimmage. When we first got here, we were at 65 scholarship players. We were hit heavy in the portal. A lot of that on the defensive side of it, not all of it. We were extremely thin. We tried to patch it with some transfers. The guys that we've brought in the last 2 cycles, I think, have done a really good job of helping patch our roster. We have more depth. We got really good coaches that do a great job of developing those guys fundamentally, and our guys have bought into how to compete on every single snap. And so you put scheme, coaching, physical development in the weight room, and in depth, and it allows us to be more aggressive on that side of the football.
Josh, I know you guys rotated some guys in the back end, but do you feel right now that you have that solid 5 if you were in maybe a different kind of game, or is it still some spots?
You're going to see multiple guys rotate on the back end.
Josh, how do you feel about Joe's overall command of the offense?
Thought command was really solid. I thought he did a good job in the pocket. He escaped at times when needed. I thought his run reads were really pretty solid. There were a couple throws that, he would want back, not far off. Romel's running right down the middle of the football field, and we're just a little bit off. And that's where I just felt like early in the ball game, we weren't completely settled in. But at the end of the day, this game's not going to be perfect in any phase of the game. It's how you continue to respond and handle yourselves. I thought they continued to compete, finished the first half the right way, and came out and started fast in the second.
Patrick, and then we'll go to the back.
Josh, you talked a little about back end on offensive line, looked like you're rotating 4 different positions. I think 8 different guys played. How much of that was planned going in to the starting series of this kind of certain lineup?
All of it was planned, that we were going to rotate those guys. Have great trust in those guys. As the season goes on, you inevitably need to have depth and be able to move people around. So, looking forward to getting Coop back here, hopefully pretty soon, and at the same time love what we've done with the guys that have been at center, but the moving parts that we've had, how they've competed and played. Believe that, we'll find more out as we watch it today, but I thought all in all, a really solid performance from all those guys.
Coach, you talked a lot about the depth all camp long. Did this kind of go the way that you planned it throughout camp? Did it even maybe exceed your expectations, the amount of guys you were able to work into?
I don't think so. We planned on playing a bunch of guys because they've shown that, they deserve the opportunity to play, and taking some of those snaps at the end of the day makes us a stronger football team in week 1, but throughout the course of the season too. There's still, some moving pieces, and when I say that, the depth chart week 1's not the same as it's going to be week 2. There's continued growth and opportunity for everybody inside of our program, and just for myself, really good football teams continue to get better. That's, mature veteran guys, it's young guys inside of your program. So continuing to grow and compete is something that we've already talked about inside of our locker room.
Third row.
Josh, you mentioned things that were perfect at the beginning. Did you see a level of maturity from your team today from what was maybe unscripted early to just fight through it?
Well, first of all, there's a level of maturity that your defense has to have as many of those situations come up where the ball's on the wrong side of the football field, and to have no panic, no pointing of a finger, just, hey, man, a look in your eye and a common thread that we're going to go out and compete and get off the football field here. I love that maturity from those guys and from our staff on that side of the football. Offensively, there wasn't any panic. We talk about it, dang near every day, that if it's not going good, it's typically not some major overhaul. It's, 11 guys got to operate as one. So there is some maturity in that. There was no panic from them. They were extremely confident. There's going to be, more hostile environments that we're going to play in where that maturity will be tested even more. We got to continue to grow together for us to handle all those situations the right way.
Rob, and then to the back.
Coach, staying on maturity with the defense, I don't think you guys have a penalty on that side of the ball. No big plays for them. Is that the reflection of that maturity?
We did have one late. Not to correct you, but to correct you. Point of emphasis, all off season, how you do anything is how you do everything. And, the maturity off the field, the maturity inside of our building, the maturity on the practice field, something that we've continued to stress. You guys know that I have liked the competitiveness and the accountability and the maturity of this group as we've grown the entire offseason. This is step one of the journey. We got to be true to that every single week, but it certainly was a step in the right direction on the game field for us on that side of the football.
You talk about mechanical things that you want to fix throughout the year. What's the biggest mechanical fix you want to make between week 1 and 2?
Some real subtle things just in personnel and communication, between coaches at times. So nothing major, but continued growth.
David, the Knicks.
Josh, I guess Jackson had a couple of rough punts. I know D fumbled one, and you had some kickoffs go out of bounds. Was that kind of had you seen that in camp? Was that kind of an aberration today?
Man, imagine going over to a foreign country and playing a game for the first time that you've never played. Did I anticipate it? No, but do I understand it? Yeah. He's going to be a really good player, though. Some of what you saw late from him is what we've seen all training camp. So, believe he'll continue to get better. Believe Josh will, too. I mean, you saw some big-time kickoffs from him. You saw a couple that aren't up to our standard. But both those guys will be better for it.
Josh, I know it was late, small sample size, but what did you see from Nico and the way he handled himself?
Same things that we've seen, really calm, cool, good demeanor, able to communicate, handle all the pre-snap stuff the right way, get his eyes in the right place. I thought, showed some athleticism. I love the feel in the pocket, being able to step up and get out of it and go make a play with his feet. He's athletic enough to be used in the run game and escape the pocket. I thought some of the run pass stuff, he did a good job and made an athletic throw, didn't complete it, but thrown across his body on, a little slant route that ended up not being completed. But all in all, really solid performance from him.
Last one to Eric.
I know we fumbled once, but really nice return. He was a couple of them. What did you see on his returns?
Yeah, you talk about maturity, like competitive composure. I think D's as great of an example of that as anybody during the course of this football game. We talked about the specialists earlier, being able to handle something that doesn't go right and come back and compete. The next play is independent. D's dynamic. You see him on all of our core special teams cover units. He's running down there, making plays. Elite returner, man, dynamic, and changes the way the game's played because of the field position. Everybody in our program loves D, who he is, what he stands for, the teammate that he is, and we love how dynamic he is with the football in the return game too.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, everybody. Have a great day.
your right to left, we have Wesley Walker, Jalen Wright, and Dylan Sampson. Raise your hand for questions, and I'll call on you, and we'll get started. Eric?
Jalen, you were running pretty physical, from the start of the game all the way through the game when you were in there. Kind of what was working well for you today in terms of your vision and just being able to finish runs?
I'm just trusting the process, trusting everything I put in all season, just being patient. And when I see a seam, I hit it.
Ben?
Dylan, just what was working so well for you today that allowed you to score 4 touchdowns?
Man, really just leaning on my teammates for real, especially the O-line and Jabari and Jay Wright, man. They did a lot of work getting down the field. And, man, they just trusted me to go put it in. And, that's what I got to do, is lean on my brothers, them trusting me too.
Move back left over here.
Dylan, it's these kind of games that you probably dream of when you are a high school kid and you commit. You have a 3-touchdown game for the first time. This is high school, I'm sure. Just what that means to you to do it on this big stage.
Just, everything. Like he said, the work we've been putting in since January is just, coming in and get the first game jitters out the way, but just go dominate with your brothers, man. It's just fun. It felt like we was just playing free out there, and, it was fun.
With David and then Austin.
Dylan, what was your reaction on that first possession where Heupel decides to go for it on 4th and 5?
I was happy. I was kind of on the field, like, we aggressive team, and, I was hoping I was shaking my head, like, let's do this. And fans got loud. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, probably not. But they got loud, and, he called that play, and, it was potential there, so, I was just trusting it.
Wesley, everybody loves to talk about the offense. Defensively, it feels like you all have taken a huge step from last year to this year. Where do you feel like you all have grown the most? Is it just the depth? Is it some of these younger guys, developing? What is it for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot that go into it. We all work real hard, but I think the young guys have came along a lot this offseason, bought into, knowing that we need them and we need them to perform. And, they took that, they took that onto themselves to, prepare like a pro so we can win big time games. That's just a glimpse of it today.
Adam?
How was the communication, how was that affected by the fact that all you guys played together last year, or most of you did?
It was very easy in the off season to just transition. Given how we ended the season, with success, it was just easy to just bond together and buy in. We know what we capable of, just based off like how we ended the season last season. So we just try to keep it going, and the communication is easy. We've been this is our second season since I've been here together. So just getting to know each other, getting to play with each other, you get a better feel for who you playing with.
We'll go Reese in the back, Austin, and Vince.
Dylan, back here. I noticed after the first touchdown, one of the first people to greet you was Jabari Small, and maybe Jalen can touch on it a little bit too. But how close are you guys three, even though you're competing for snaps?
Man, I mean, like I said before, it's just like we push each other every single day, man. And it's fun to have that competition because, like, you always got to be on your best because, like, we all want to be the guy, that gets in the end zone, that makes the good plays, which makes us, even better. But on the flip side of that, we're not, like selfish or none of that. We help each other out. We celebrate with our brothers. And like I said before, you never know when you got to lean on your brother. I mean, like today, sometimes, they get tired. I got to go in for them, this and that. It's just leaning on brothers and trusting each other, man. But having that competition with Jabari and Jay Wright, it just only make all of us compete at our best.
Jalen, you came in, with a big off season, feeling confident. 9 yards of carry today. Is this kind of what you envisioned, or is this better than you envisioned?
Yeah, I mean, just put in the work. I expect to, do things like that, because you put in the work in all season, and, when you work, hard work pays off. So just go out there and just be detailed with everything, and everything will go right.
Was there a lot of coaches and players in the preseason talked about trying to get more pressure with the front 7, especially the front 4. Did you see that kind of play out, maybe help you guys, how they impacted the line scrimmage?
Yeah, we're gonna rely on our D-line a lot this year. They a real talented group, real deep group, and when they going, it make it easier. I mean, it's just naturally gonna make it easier for the back end. So we encourage them guys and we let them know, like, y'all driving the bus, like we depending on y'all. This is the SEC, so your people in the trenches gotta be dogs, and they gotta be locked in, ready to go.
Eric?
Wesley, kind of on that again, James Pierce in particular had a really nice game.
Yep.
Sophomore this year. From your vantage point, what did you see from him kind of doing well?
I'm honestly not surprised at all about what he did. Like in the off season, he's made huge jumps, both like with the character and physically. Like And you know, his body's changed. You know, he like a man child out there, and he got a lot of ability, man, for real. So I wasn't surprised at all. I'm just gonna keep encouraging him to keep going. You know, don't get satisfied. You know, keep going because we got stuff that we got to do for sure.
We'll do a few more. Ben, we'll go to you.
Jalen, just that running back room that Dylan talked about in the depth, Coach Heupel was just talking about, the strength of the room can't be on one guy. Is that something that you kind of got to remind yourself, maybe if you're on the sideline and wanting to get in there, but Dylan's out there and Jabari's out there as well?
Yeah. We all, man, like I said a million times, man, we all put in work. We all like brothers, man. So, you know what I'm saying? We all gonna eat, man. I've been saying this, like, we the best group in the nation. So it's gonna show, and we gonna keep showing it. So just put in that work, and y'all seen it.
Perfect. Dylan, just curious, any motivation coming into this game after that Music City Bowl or that controversial fourth down call? Did you think about that any coming into this game?
I actually did. I was like, dang, last time I was here, that happened. So, I mean, I feel like I kind of bounced back from it. That game's in the past, but, you know, things happen.
Joe also had a couple of rushing touchdowns. How was that? He also had a touchdown. How was that facet of his game? And also, what type of a leader is he on the field?
He's a great leader, man. He's a great leader, man. You know, just put in the work, and I expected, you know what I'm saying? Him scoring and stuff like that, I expected that to happen. So he just capitalized on his opportunities.
Ryan, and then we'll finish with Rob.
Dylan or Jalen, for either of you guys, just what do you see from the offensive line up front? I see a lot of made with Cooper being out and how those guys have adjusted. You see a lot of improvement from them lately, and what was today like for them overall?
I would say, like, you know, they obviously knew with Cooper being out, man, so like they had to step up because he's a big leader in that room, and his presence was felt on the sideline today, no doubt. But you know, I think people just understood that, our O-line just understood that, you know, somebody has to take control of this room. You know, we're mixing in, seeing what works. You know, Ali Lane did a good job today. The whole O-line, man, was just doing a good job being physical, man, creating holes, getting us to the second level. And that's all you can ask for, man. I love playing behind those boys. They went out there and they gave it their all today.
Last question, Rob.
Wesley, how would you rate your guys' execution defensively today? You didn't give up any big plays, just that penalty late.
You know, there's always room for improvement, but I feel like we had a fairly good day today for sure. You know, we expect to come out and dominate, you know, honestly. So, you know, we would like to, you know, have zero out there, like 0 points scored, but you know, it's really what we expected, man. Came out, play hard, you know, play assignment. It ain't gonna be perfect, but you know, we're gonna keep playing hard and keep playing assignment sound football for sure.
Thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate it. We'll have another group here in just a second.
When you talk about the very first possession, it's 4th and 5. How surprised were you that Coach went for it, and what does that kind of say about his confidence?
I mean, he just trusts the offense. He trusts our preparation, our ability to make a play. And, you know, he believed in us, and you know, with all that being said, you just got to go make it happen.
Were you surprised?
No, I was not surprised at all.
Robin and Casey.
Aaron, 3 times in the first half, Virginia started on your side, on Tennessee's side of the field. You guys didn't give up any points. What kind of is the mindset when you go out there in that situation?
Really just play ball, no matter where they're out on the field. You know, our biggest thing is just get off the field, so, you know, that was the main thing.
Aaron, your teammate James Pierce had a great first quarter. What have you seen from him in his development in the offseason and now in this first game, and how proud of you were you?
Yeah.
Of him were you?
Yeah, but I'm honestly not surprised of, you know, the kind of game he had. You know, I've seen James grow as a player on the field and off the field. So, you know, he's taking a huge step, and, you know, I'm not surprised by his play today.
Brad, go ahead.
Joe, you talked about your expectations, kind of where you were heading into this. As you walk out of here today, what do you feel like you did well in the game? What do you feel like you need to make strides? What do you like about what you accomplished today?
I mean, we won, so that's all that matters. Only thing that matters now is the next game. You know, every play you're gonna learn from, right? You know, I feel like my eyes are in the right place. So, you know, not judging the things that happen out there, just judging my decision making. I feel like my decision making was great, so just move on from that, learn from that.
Adam?
Aaron, coaches said you guys on defense had so much more depth than you did last year, certainly 2 years ago. Where do you see that in a game? Where does depth show up?
What are you asking? Like, when does?
Where can you tell in a game?
Oh,
that you guys have more?
yeah. When we're able to rotate and we're all able to be fresh in there when we're in there, I'll say that's when you know you have some depth. When you're in the game, you know you can play fresh, and knowing whoever comes in, you know, it won't be a step of a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Vince, go ahead.
Joe, what did you think of the offensive line today?
I mean, they all played together. You know, that's all we asked for. That's all we've been asking for the past 2 weeks is playing together. You know, just understanding the assignment. You know, I give y'all guys time to, you know, point out to who are you blocking. You know, talk about what's going on. You know, just being all on the same page is really what we're asking for from those guys, and those guys did that today.
We have James Pierce here now as well. We'll go Ben and then Austin.
Joe, Coach Heupel was in here and he mentioned that he didn't think the skill position players were in the best flow in the first half. What did you kind of see that maybe led to some possessions that didn't turn out the way that y'all wanted to, and what changed for the third quarter?
Yeah, just not killing ourselves, you know, not shooting ourselves in the foot. There were a couple of plays where, you know, some guys took a play off. You know, the offense that we have and the team that we have, you don't have time to, you know, take a play off. You got to keep going regardless of the position you play.
James Wesley was in here a couple minutes ago, and he talked about how you've grown physically, but more so, you know, from a maturity standpoint this offseason. Was there a moment in time where you felt like things started to click both on and off the field for you that led to today?
Just not my brothers giving up on me, showing up every day, just being focused with them. Yes, sir.
Karthik and then Patrick and then Eric.
Joe, this one's for you. Getting to celebrate a win with your sister, what does that mean to you? How much fun is that?
It's great, you know, just having her the opportunity, having her cheerleader suit as well is pretty, it's pretty cool, you know, just bringing her down there. You know, I've seen a lot of guys bring their kids and bring their sisters, so why not? You know, my siblings, they look up to me. For them to have that moment with me and cherish it with the team is great.
Patrick. James, to have the offseason you had, put a lot of work in to go out there and get 2 sacks in the first half. How did that feel to just kind of get rewarded like that?
It always felt great to be productive on the field and fly around with your brothers and win.
Eric?
James, both those sacks again came on third down. Specifically, kind of what went into those plays was more than just where you're trying to get upfield as quick as you can.
Just get after the quarterback on third down. Is the situation they was in. They had to get the ball out their hands, just pass rush. Yes, sir.
Joe, there's a play that's kind of blowing up on social media. It's one of Dylan's touchdown runs where John Campbell takes a defender and just pushes him almost right out of the stadium.
Yeah.
You seen that? I mean, could you tell that was going on?
To be honest, I didn't see that until I got in the locker room. But, you know, I think he might have ordered. That's what everybody was saying in the locker room. So, I mean, just to have somebody like John on our team, man, is great. And you obviously see what he can do and brings to the team. So.
Take a few more. Ben.
Aaron, how was your communication on defense today, specifically with Keenan Peely, who was helping?
Yeah, I think it went smooth. I think, you know, everybody who was in there, you know, was communicating well. Was, you know, everybody was on defense was talking. You know, we was getting the calls in, and, you know, I feel like it went good overall.
Anything else for these guys? Reese?
Just for fun, Joe, that first touchdown, that celebration, man. What is it that, bro?
To be honest, I don't even remember the celebration.
The bunny thing, what? I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about that was for Hendo, man. That was something that we always did in pregame. It's a little dance called Get In There. So that was just something for Hendo.
Patrick?
Yeah, Joe, one of your touchdown runs you had, I think Ramel and Dante were both open.
Yeah.
Did they give you any grief about not throwing?
Nah, I don't call it selfish. I just think it's just protecting the ball. You feel me? As a quarterback, you let one go, and, you know, God forbid something happen, and you have that thought in the back of your head, like, man, I should have just ran it. So I just put the ball in my hands and, you know, just let it happen.
We've got two more. We'll go Casey and finish Boston.
James, when you come out and you have 2 sacks, matches the total amount of sacks you had all of last year, do you feel like that sends a statement about the type of player that you want to be this year and the player that you developed to be in the offseason?
The opportunity just presented itself, and I just made the play. It was just out there flying around with the guys line up. Coach called it up, dialed it up, and I got the job done.
Austin, last question.
Jerome Carvin tweeted during the game that he was more nervous watching you guys than he ever was playing.
Yeah.
When you got back to the to the locker room, did you have any text from Hendon or anybody like that? Congratulating you guys yet?
I haven't looked at my phone yet. I'm just enjoying the moment with my brothers, man.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate you.